We're going to discuss a few things. I've written a whole page full of notes, and I have about 3 videos just about to come out. I'm working on notes for the other 2 right now. One of them is going to be very quick. The other one probably a little longer. So stay tuned. Don't miss these. This goes with my solar this winter. I started to make a sand battery. I worked on that for a while. Not very hard, because in Michigan we don't get much sun. So about every 5 days I got a sunny day. Didn't get much accomplished, but I did find out some things, and I have learned more along the way, and I'm about to share that with you. Before you start a project, make sure your local utility will work with you and your building code. Yeah, that's pretty important, and we'll get to that later. I am new at this, but I was informed at one point net metering was not available. After many years, my utility, and I'll drop a name at this point, and that's Consumers Power, does have net metering of sorts. It has just come out. It's an offset of excess power generated at a time when you have to purchase power. Actually, it's just an offset. They're not going to pay for it. They're just giving you an offset. A new net metering program has been announced for my utility in March. It has just been written up. It has just been sent to me. By the way, I'm in Michigan, northern Michigan. Okay, now I'm going to go on to some of these other topics. Why is this important that your local utility works with you? You need to get the buy-in of the building inspectors. You need to get them to sign off so you can do interconnections to the utility. You have to have the final inspection, which is commissioning the system. Your insurance company, and this is a huge one, for all those people that want to be off-grid, don't. I know everybody else will say, go ahead, do it, not a problem. If you install something and you have a fire or another problem, your insurance company can deny your claim because you haven't followed the National Electric Code and Building Code. Okay, so you need net feedback from your out excess power for compensation. This change has long been coming. I want solar, and it only gets more expensive. And I'm talking about distributed power. That price is going up all the time, and or solar. We're going to get to the solar costs pretty quick. I need to start now. After a false start, I bought some products that were off-grid only and will never be approved by any certifying agency to UL 1741. Remember that number, UL 1741. Like so many other people, I want a system that will supplement and reduce my utility bill. Okay, what I see is approved products to the UL 1741 standard are sometimes 4 times the cost of products that are unapproved. We'll get to that in a minute. UL 1741, is there any other choice? For many years, UL has been the only game in town, and it is so restrictive. It has been a monopoly, and they could charge whatever they wanted, and that's why some of those products are 4 times more. They became outrageously expensive and extremely slow to produce. Speaking from experience, I have followed projects from inception to completion and certification, and at that time it was, I believe, Livonia, and it was Intertech, and we saved thousands per product. And America has had enough. UL is not the only game in town anymore. NRTL, National Registered Testing Laboratories. That's a division of OSHA. They have stepped in, and yes, owners do, homeowners, you, and me, we bear the brunt and cost of all the products that have that little stamp on them. And it's time we got a break. Recently, other NTRL, Nationally Recognized Testing Laboratory, I said that wrong, NRTL, have been approved, and among these are Intertech, ASC, TUV Reinhold, CSA, to name a few, and there are more depending upon the UL code standard that you are being tested to. Why is this important? Local building inspectors, getting a sign-off for interconnection, commissioning the system, your insurance company. Possible net feedback, save you money, and the change has been long coming. Lastly, and this will be a subject again soon, America has a program in place to further expand use of other types of power generation. And it's been a Biden tax program. I don't have that number right now, but I will. And I will give it to you, and believe me, I have learned a lot. I have spent 3 weeks, 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to figure out the best route for some of these NRTL 1741 UL approved products. Stick with me, it'll be important.